Hi everyone! Welcome to René Paris. I am Texas Wig Fairy, Daniela, and today we are going to be talking about what if my hair looks like this? What do I do about it? Oh my goodness, look at this. This is a real situation here. Let me put this back on for a minute just so I don't alarm you. How is everyone? So I am super excited today. I have been waiting to do this live. This is probably one of my most favorite sessions. One of my most favorite topics to cover because this really goes back to so many new wig wearers. And these are all great questions. And when I tell you I have a lot, you're gonna laugh at me, but I want to show you what I actually do. You know, I'm pretty old school in my ways, so I have lots of questions anywhere that I'm at. If we're out eating, if we're hanging out with friends, I just write things down because there's questions all the time. And when your hair looks like this, will you be able to fix it? I am going to help you with that today. That is going to be my first question today. If I have hat hair, can I fix it? So this is Spellbound. This is from our High Heat collection. And I'm just going to tell you the style. It's available in other colors. Some of these are limited edition, so remember that, please. I have a lot of limited edition because it's very important to me to grow my collection just like anyone else. And I know you don't like that word, limited edition, but when I say limited edition and I say make sure that you get your limited edition pieces to grow your collection, please do that. Okay, so I'm going to get started with this particular piece here, and I'm just going to keep on and see how many questions I can get through. Again, this is what happens when I'm guiding you and I say you may want to just when your wig's brand new and you really don't want to, put creases in it, or you don't want this happening, don't wear a baseball cap. I don't wear baseball caps unless my wigs are a little bit older, unless I am wearing like an Angelica and I want it to kind of compress a little bit. I don't like as much permatease and I want it to kind of flatten. But if this happens because of a baseball cap, I am going to show you how to repair that, how to redirect the hair. How is everyone? Thank you for joining us at René Paris. Again, today we are talking about a lot of different what ifs and whys, if you will. I'm going to be using my little comb. I always carry one of these. This is our René Paris comb. Love the size. I can keep it in my pocket. Easy to carry in a handbag. So today I'm going to be using our hot tool. If you haven't seen this is the René Paris styling tool for synthetic hair. Notice I didn't just say high heat hair, I said synthetic hair. So what I'm going to do, it just has one button, just turn it on. It's going to heat to the temperature it needs. And it doesn't ever, even if it touches my fingers, I've never had problems with it. However, I always just tell everyone, if you are not sure very first time, I usually hold it at the end so that hair's going to get hot. The fiber is going to get hot. So you do want to be careful. I don't ever just hold on to the hair. You want to run the iron through it. See, I'm just grabbing hair here quickly and see how it's straightening that hair out. I'm so used to doing this without a comb. I'm sorry. I know, I do that all the time, but it's because I really am used to doing this without any implement. I travel a lot and I don't ever like I can do it with my fingers. So can you. Be really careful here. See, I just have my finger there. It's holding it while it cools down. And just to show you, even if you had a curl in here and you wanted the curl gone, same iron, just taking a section and I'm going to drag it through, holding my fingers. Make sure, remember it's going to get warm. So you want to be careful. Like I said, I'm used to doing this without any implement, so I'm just gently holding it. As I get back up here, it's already cool, but look at the difference. One tool. Pass through these one more time. I'm just lifting that off my forehead. So again, you saw the before, and this is the after. Okay, so that was hat hair. That's question number 1. What if I have hat hair? How do you avoid wearing a style? You know, I know because of security, I know a lot of people do I get that a lot with my younger patients. We do have a lot of people that want to wear some type of headgear with their wig. How is everyone? Thank you for joining us at René Paris this afternoon. You know, people do want to wear hats, beanies, different types of headgear, you know, and I'm not saying not to wear it. I'm just saying if you do, you know, if your body heats up and you perspire and the cap is, you know, second skin, if you will, really tight, then if it warms up and then it dries that way, you are going to have what we call hat hair. So just keep that in mind. You can redirect, take the kinks out with the René Paris hot tool. Please keep that in mind. And this is just for synthetic hair, meaning that it is not going to heat up past the temperature it needs to be. And you should be safe with whatever you're restyling. So let me go to my second question. What if I do not like the part on my wig? Okay. So this is another limited edition. This is a Tory in a limited edition. How is everyone? This comes with a middle part. Really cute bang. Again, this is Tory, comes in a lot of colors, so I'm not going to give you the color. I'm going to tell you what the style is. Feel free to go to reneparis.com and look at all the different beautiful colors that this piece comes in. And again, I'm sorry that it's a limited edition, but you know what I say about the limited editions. Okay, so this comes with the middle part. I don't really like middle parts. So no problem. Don't be afraid to just take a brush. I'm just taking a brush. We have our René Paris brush. I'm traveling and I forgot the brush. So that's another question that I want to answer. If you don't have your brush with you, just make sure that you have something that has tips so that it doesn't fray the fabric when you brush through. So I'm just using a brush with tips. I'm just going to brush through it. And don't be afraid. You're not going to damage the piece. Notice how it had a middle part, and I'm just taking the part and redirecting it. It's what I call the soft part. And you kind of have to wake up the fibers whenever you get it out of the box. So I lift it a little bit. You could always tease it. And you would never know that it came with the middle part from the box. Just lifting it a little bit. Isn't this a great piece? You can sweep the bangs across, or you can do... Always remember, you can have your pieces personalized by, I say, find a licensed cosmetologist that can help you with cutting them, personalizing, or I always say have some fun at the very beginning before you modify anything, because you may just take a liking to the way it comes. Okay, next question. If my wig, hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Today we are going over several different life situations, if you will. What if and how do I do this? And what if my hair looks like this? How do I correct it? Next question is, what if my hairstyle looks too shiny? Okay, let me just tell you that unless you really like, no shine at all, you're going to actually have to work at some point putting shine into it. So just keep that in mind. Like if it's just way too shiny, I totally understand. This is pretty shiny. I am just taking a translucent powder. This is just a translucent powder. I'm gonna just use my fingers. And I'm just gonna start running it through. Just be really careful. I don't really oversaturate anything because I just don't want it to be really dry looking. But I'm just taking a little bit and I'm taking my comb, working it through. Not all powders are gonna work the same. You just kind of have to try. I always try back here just in case, you know, especially with a brand new style. And then just remember, in brunettes, you want to make sure that you don't use anything that's going to leave a residue. But notice how I'm just running this through. You can see the difference here. And you can see the difference here. I know this ring light isn't helping, but I kid you not. And I'm just taking it and working it through. And that is going, you can use a brush, you can use your powder puff, you can use just like a little makeup brush, run it through. Like I said, I am so used to working and teaching with my fingers. I just feel like they're the best implements and you carry them with you. Okay. So look at the difference. You just want to make sure that you don't overuse the powder. You can use, you can also use a dry shampoo. I stay 8 inches away. And I lift here. Again, this is in the event that you have a color and you just want to minimize shine. There are some colors, you know, for the most part, I use a little bit of wig spray, and I know that I'm going to wear my piece so much that eventually I'm going to have to put shine in it, which is going to be my next question. Okay, so we changed the side part to a side part, and we've minimized the sheen. Isn't that a great piece? Okay, so this was Tori, available in different colors. Again, go to reneeapparel.com. You can do search by name or by style. So please keep that in mind. Okay, what if my wig is too dry looking? Okay, so if you've been watching my personal Instagram at Texas Wig Fairy, we've been traveling and it's dusty, it's windy, my wigs get whipped. They really do. And this is Adeline. She's a little dry right now. She's gorgeous. I love her. She's months old, but I really take good care of her. And I like the shine in this. But what I do when it looks a little bit dry and I want just a little bit more shine, what I want it to look like is I have a body wave in my hair and I just want it to look like I have a little bit of product. Like I shampooed my style and I let it air dry. So I am using the Bosley mousse. I am just using maybe a 50-cent piece worth. Gonna run it through my hands like this. And another thing I do with this style is, again, if you go to my personal Instagram, I'll do more on like inside the van, and I just couldn't today, you know, the Wi-Fi everywhere isn't great, so I can't really do a lot from the van in all areas, but if I can, I'll actually show you how I hang up some of my wigs. But this particular piece, look how gorgeous this is becoming just with a little bit of mousse. Isn't this gorgeous? This is a gorgeous color. This is Adeline. This is also available in many beautiful colors. And what I do in the van is if I am doing this and I want it to dry while I'm getting ready, I dry it upside down like this. So I put mousse all the way down while I'm holding it upside down. And then if you'll look on my page, there's a little hook. It's just a little hook. I don't have room to take stands or anything like that. I actually just have little hooks that I put it on. And then once it dries, I've got plenty of volume. So I have to say, this is one of the wigs. This is one of the wigs, Adeline. I have it in many different colors, but this is one of the wigs that just changed my life. I just loved it. This is like, if you go back years, this is like one of the hairstyles that I really wished I had enough hair for, like the density. And I just don't, and I'm happy with it. I can have gorgeous hair, whatever color I want. The density's perfect, the color's perfect. That's what I love about wigs. You just go in there and choose what you want. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay, so again, I just took a little bit of René Paris mousse. And then on off days, like say for instance, you've been wearing this a couple days, and in a couple days you want to kind of move hair around, or you want to change it here a little bit, just take a little bit of water on your hands and then kind of run it through the hair like this. It's reactivating what's already there, and then let it totally dry and you're good to go. So that is what if I want more shine. What you can also do is if you don't like mousse, we also have the ROP Revive, which is gonna be a great conditioner after you shampoo the style. And this is also wonderful when you just want a little bit of shine and you're also on the go. You can just spray this. This is gonna do softness and sheen. And a lot of times I overlay the product. It's not really great to use a lot of product, but you know, I've been a wig wearer for a long time. I feel comfortable using product because I know what it's going to do and I know that it's not going to damage it. However, you do not want to use products that are not for synthetic hair. They do compromise the fiber, and you don't want that to happen. They may have too much alcohol contents, and they're going to dry the style out. So as you're watching, if you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments. Okay, so if you're needing sheen, remember you can also use mousse, as we did, or the Revive, the ROP Revive. Okay, what if my wig is not staying on correctly? Okay, so what I want to show you first is I am wearing a wig liner from René Paris. Let me show you how these come so you know. They come in just a little package. This is flat. It's round in form. It is skin tone. See that? And this is a wonderful way to keep your hair contained, to serve as a barrier between the foundation of the wig and your skin. And if you are having trouble keeping a wig on, let me show you what I do. This is a really short style. Sorry, this is a really short style. This is from the Alexander. Oh my goodness, Alexander. Couldn't remember everything right now. From the Alexander Couture Collection. Okay, so when I get this doesn't look anything like this. This is a really cute pixie. This has quite a bit of product. It has mousse in it, and it also has the René Paris hold. And what I do is I run the mousse in it. I take I'm just going to show you that while I'm here, and then I'll show you how I secure it. But I take my comb and I hold this back like this. This is on. And it's just heating up the fabric right here. And it's not, I'm not saying it wouldn't get hot, but I'm just holding it back here. And then I just pull the sides down like that. Now, with the wig cap on, sorry, let me get this down here. With the wig cap on, I am taking just bobby pin. Just a regular bobby pin. And I'm going to find a place where the wefts are. And I'm grabbing a little bit of this, a little bit of the liner, a little bit of the foundation, and I'm pinning them together, making sure that it's covered. You don't have to pin them. Really, you don't have to pin them, but I am so used to wearing a wig that even in if you want to see this, I kid you not, it was between 80 and 114 miles an hour in a part of Texas that we were traveling through. I did a wind test. You can see me, I'm in open in the front of someone's yard, and the wig is not pinned on, it's not taped on, it's on with just the wig cap, and it stayed there. So I know if you're new to wigs, there's a lot that you have to, you know, kind of get comfortable with and get past. And I totally understand. I was terrified too, but I kid you not. With the wig liner, a wig cap, and a ROP wig grip, though your wig will definitely stay on. I don't want to there's just so many questions that I could go over, but I'm just going to try to do the ones that I definitely get in every one of my classes. And then make sure that you follow us and like us, so that you can see all the different Instagrams, all the different grams that we have in our feed. And look for myself, Alexander, and Abby, because we all teach differently. I'm an everyday wig wearer. Abby is, she's our alopecia ambassador, and Alexander is our stylist. I do education, and everyone's perspective is different, and they're all wonderful, and you can learn so much. A lot of times the reason that we repeat some of what we teach is because every day we have new people that start wearing wigs. I have everyday workshops. I have students. I do big classes, cosmetology students, everyday wig wearers, and every day there's going to be a different question, and no question is silly. No question is ever silly. Ask the question, send the question in. We need to know what they are, because it is very, very important. And I don't want anyone going into wearing their first wig feeling uncomfortable. That's why I still continue to do this, because it's important to me to make sure that your experience the very first time is a good one. Everyone that we work with that is working with providing wigs for people that are experiencing hair loss, everyone wants you to have a good experience. Okay, so next question. What if I do not like permatease? Permatease is a feature that is designed, if you will. It's a micro crimping, if you will, of the hair that is sewn into a foundation. And if you look really closely, really closely, it looks like the hair's crimped. And if you don't know what that is, sometimes you're thinking, oh my gosh, it was designed incorrectly. I don't like that. That can be, you can work around the permatease, but permatease is there for a reason. So I'm going to show you the difference between, this is Breezy Waves limited edition color. I'm going to show you the difference between permatease. Okay, so this has permatease. This means that it has a it's not a 1/4 inch. I can't give you it's just a tiny section of the hair when it's sewn into the foundation that's crimped, so that when you do this, the volume stays there. So if you love big hair like I do, you're gonna love the volume that's there without having to work really hard with it. I mean, you don't have to work at it. It's there. It's like if you took a teasing comb and you were trying to tease like a little base, you know, when you're working on that updo, but it's all built in. So that's permatease. What if I don't want it there? Okay, so look at the color. Look at the style. I get this question all the time. This is going to be the same color, not the same style. However, this doesn't have permatease. So if you're looking for a pastel color, a fun color for the spring, yes, we do carry pieces that have that are made without permatease. So look at the difference. Same color. It has a soft root, but it does not have permatease. So this is going to lay closer to the head. You know, it's a more natural, of course, the color is not natural, but what I'm saying is it's a more classic look, yet it has that fun color. So if you're looking for something that's fun for the spring, you want a pastel color, but you don't want the permatease, look in the descriptions at reneeapparels.com and look for something like this that doesn't have the permatease already set into the style. This is also available in several colors. This is, you know what, let me make sure I'm telling you. Silky Sleek. I'm sorry, this is also from our high heat line. Okay, so the reason I tell you this is because this is available in several gorgeous colors. Go to reneeapparels.com. I wish you could see the colors. Available in many colors. And again, you can use the tool to change this if you wanted to put a wave into it. Keep that in mind. Okay, so let me check here let me see how much longer I have. Okay, so what if I want to cut bangs into my style? Okay, no problem. Find yourself someone who is licensed that can help you, or if you like, just make sure that if you're going to do this on your own, and I'm so happy and proud of some of you that have been, you've been experimenting with your wigs, you're cutting them, you're styling, you're using product. So happy to see that, because that's why we do this. I want to see people have fun. I want them to have fun with their styles. Okay, so this is Angelica. So if you don't remember what Angelica looks like, Angelica's always been my dream hair. And I just took and I did a cupped bang. I did this to show you that I could still soften this up, and I could definitely soften the line here. However, this was just a quick, I'm gonna cut it. And always remember to play with your bangs before you keep cutting, because once it's gone, it's gone. Okay, so again, this is Angelica. This is available in so many beautiful colors. This is Mochaccino LR. And if you remember, it's got a really long bang. And I just wanted to have fun with this. And I like the full bang. So not all fiber is going to bend the same. That's why I tell you that it's really important to take it to a hairstylist. You know what? I'm going to turn this on real quick. Let me show you. See that little blue? Tells you that it's just going to heat up to, while I'm talking about this, it's going to heat up to, there's a little bend right there. I want to show you that. So remember, you don't have to have, and I apologize, but I do most of my work without any kind of implement. I'm just going to run this real quick right through. See this bend over here that I put in there on purpose to show you what happens if you have a little bit of a bend? Again, let me do this one more time. I'm lifting it at the root and I'm running it through really quickly, and I'm holding it as it cools down. And notice Just be careful, but notice how I'm holding it the entire time. And it is not too hot. Okay. Or you could definitely, if you just wanted something a lot smoother, and some people do. See the difference? If you don't really want it cupped, you can take this and then have it softened up just a little bit. But this is why I just love this. I mean, this is really a game changer. I have to tell you. So while I'm there, let me just show you, if you were to have a bang that's a little bit longer and you don't want to necessarily trim it. Let's just say we were still at the original length. I'm just moving it over, even though it's not designed to do that. I'm moving it over just a little bit. I'm going to take this bobby pin. She's a little bit too short now, but just keep in mind, if you have something longer like that and you don't want to necessarily trim it, you could pin it underneath like that and no one would know till you really decide what you want to do. Okay, let me see how many minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to do one more. Isn't this cute? I just love it. Okay, so again, this is Angelica. Okay, so I think one of the questions that I have almost every class that I teach, no matter if we're looking at wigs for fashion, for temporary, or for long-term use, the number one question is, what if I'm not ready for a full wig? Okay, so there's two things that you're going to have to consider. If you know that you're going to lose your hair temporarily, or, you know, for people that are suffering from alopecia, the hair may grow back, it may not. Keep in mind that as your hair progression advances, you will have to make different choices, meaning like when I started out, my hair was falling here. So I started out with a topper. Then I went to like a full wig. I just tried to, hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Today we are talking about different everyday life situations and how to go about fixing those. I sound like I'm from Texas, correct? How to correct those, if you will. Okay, so now one of the questions I get, especially if people are just thinning, is how do I know if I need to go to a full wig? Really, that's your personal choice, but if I was measuring and looking at how advanced your hair loss is, I would say, okay, you know, we're just losing hair here or over here. Let's just try a topper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, I have a sister whose hair is short like this. This is a discontinued style from René Paris, and I keep this just to show you what the possibilities are, even if you, okay, so let me answer that right now. What can you do if your wig makes your head hurt after wearing it all day? Okay, number one, I want you to check something for me. I want you to check if the ear tabs. You know, you would be surprised how many people I meet and they don't know that there's ear tabs back here. So in the back of these pieces, there's an ear tab here and an ear tab here. Okay, first thing I would do is I would make sure that they're all the way out, meaning, let me show you. This is tight. So here I'm going to grab this and I'm going to let it all the way out. And I would do the same over here. Let it all the way out. And usually you're going to have an additional almost inch in circumference in the size. Another thing is when you get to wearing your wig, it takes a good week with your body temperature for the fabric to heat up with your body temperature, and the fabric starts softening and it conforms better. It feels more comfortable. However, I would suggest wearing a wig cap underneath if you're not wearing one. Number two, I would wear a René Paris Wig Grip. You know what? I know I have that. I'm sorry. I really had to leave like in a... I'm going to look for a Wig Grip here. I'm going to look for a Wig Grip. I'm sorry. If not, please go back to our grams that we have. And I know that we've shown the Wig Grip many different times. That will definitely help with the circumference. Like it's a velour band. I will get up and look for one in just a minute, please, if you'll just give me a second. If not, you can also remove these. Don't cut them. Do not cut them. But you can also unbuckle this and then kind of just fold it. Make sure it doesn't come out, hanging out like that. You could maybe just hand sew it just once, a couple times to make sure that it's... Could you give me a Wig Grip, please?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. Okay. So, that is the other thing that you can do to loosen up your... Okay. That you can also do with your adjustments to make sure that it's more comfortable. Okay, so going back to the question, what if I don't want to wear a full piece yet? This is a topper. These are toppers. These are designed to fit in through here. This is just to help you cover hair loss in this area. So if you have great hair here, or even if you're just between salon visits, there's so many different reasons to use a topper. They're all wonderful. However, I have a sister-in-law that wears her hair really short like this. Sometimes she just wants a little bit more hair. So this isn't just for hair loss. This is definitely an accessory to help you have a whole different look. So what she does is she'll take it. Thank you, sister. And we'll pin it. I wear it with a wig sometimes. At night, I like to wear something that's really short and pixie like that, just because I get cold, especially when you're, you know, traveling. Then back here, you want to make sure that you don't have any pockets here. And I'm going to just take this and I'm pulling a little bit taut. Just remember, even if your hair is super short, pixie, like the style that I started out with. And then I usually trim it for her just a little bit. But this is, you know, like, this is almost looking like, you know, when you have a wreath, one of our styles, and you just want something with a cute little bang, and you don't necessarily want to go to a full wig. You still want to feel like, okay, I'm wearing my hair, but I enhanced it. So that's what toppers are, enhancements. And if you want to look at all the different enhancements that we have, again, reneaparis.com. So you can see all the different toppers that we carry. Okay, so I'm going to end off with, what if my hair is frizzy? And then I'll let you go. And I know this is probably a little bit longer, but I kid you not, we could totally go over so many different daily scenarios. Okay, so this is Wig Grip. I'm going to show you one of these on. If you've never seen this, this is an ROP Wig Grip. This is like velour. And it has two sides to it. So when I run my fingers across like this, if it's too smooth, I have it incorrectly. It's the easiest way to explain it. So you want to turn it around, and you want to make sure that you feel resistance. That's going to grab the fabric from the wig. You'll feel it like right there. Then I remember that the longer piece of Velcro goes on my right. Depends on how you put it on. This just Velcros in the back. This also helps me detangle with the wig on my head. Again, you're going to go against the grain like this, and it's going to feel like there's resistance. This will definitely help with comfort underneath the wig. If you have complete hair loss and you just want a barrier in between, this is great. So this is my tangled up wig. This is Riley in Melted Marshmallow. And I just lift it. This is old, but no matter how old your piece is, there's still things you can do with it. So be gentle. Like I lift it from the lace here. I always move the hair out like this. Always check your ear tabs. Okay, and today we were talking about how to detangle this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my René Paris comb. I'm going to stand up for this. And I'm just going to take a section. And I always say take this off your head, but today I'm going to hold it in sections. Notice how I'm holding it here. I'm going to just gently run the comb through. And I'm going up as I kind of comb through the tangles. And I highly suggest doing this every day before you put your girl to sleep and then put yourself to sleep. Okay, this helps keep the fabric nice and shiny and in good condition. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of Revive. Again, remember this is our conditioner and enhancement spray. I'm not going to spray in this area because I don't want this to be oversaturated and I don't want it to be flat in this area. So this is my lace part. So I'm going to go down this way. And I'm just going to work the product through. And it is a little damp. However, it'll be okay. Just take it. Run it through like that and then let it dry. You see the difference? It's calm surrender. It's like I know you've heard that, but calm surrender over here in this hair. It's beautiful. This wig is, I've had it many months and it still looks gorgeous. So what else would I do with this? Okay, first of all, you're going to do this all the way around. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Today we talked about many different life scenarios. What if, what can I do if my hair's shiny, if I need more shine, if it's too dry. Thank you for joining us today at René Paris. Okay, so see the difference here? You want to go all the way around. Take the comb, and this is very important to do on a regular basis. Do not be afraid. Even if you do want to use a brush, I don't use a brush, but if you do want to use a brush, don't be afraid to use a brush. Make sure you just hold the section. If you're wearing it, hold it. Brush through. The reason I'm using this is because we're traveling, and if you just want to use the brush of your choice, use a brush with tips. Okay, look at the difference. This has a lot of matting underneath. You could definitely just take this, do it every time you're going to remove her and take her off at night. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our time together. These are just a few, and we're going to continue to answer these questions for you. So like I said, as you're getting comfortable and growing your wardrobes in this wig community, I want to thank you for taking the time for viewing this live. And if you have questions, make sure that you DM. And if you are new to René Paris, make sure you go to reneparis.com and look at all the different styles that we have in our collections. Have fun with it. Find a style that you love, and don't ever forget to find your dream hair. That's what's wonderful about wigs. You just find the hair you want in the color and density. Thank you, and we will see you soon. Bye now.